Uploads and group of fields. I'm going back to this form that we created to show different examples. And the first thing I'm going to do is trigger these 4 buttons. Once I've done this, I'm going to explain what each one of these are going to do. And besides, we're going to go to the configuration and see how each one is configured. So basically this one here is configured to create a new line in this group of fields. Okay, so when I click on it, a new line should be created. Now, when I clicked on the button, we can see the new line is not being displayed here. But if I click here on Update, I can see the new line is displayed. Okay, I'm going to explain how to solve this now. When we enter the configuration of the group of fields, we need to make sure that this option has been marked. Okay, once we mark it, every time there's an update in a button, the content of this group of fields is going to be automatically updated. So I won't need to click on this little update button here. Let's try it again. So I go back down and I hit the button Add New Line. And now we can see that the line has been automatically updated. I didn't have to click on this button this time. Now we're going to see the next button. This one says it's going to upload in the last line. So let's say here I have a line or I have several lines. I click on this button and we can see it's changing the value of the last line. Let me add more lines just so we can see what happens. I'm going to add 3 lines. I'll save and exit. And now when I click on this button, it uploads the value only in the last line. Okay, so here it uploaded the value when we only had 1 line, and now that we have 3 lines, it's uploading the value in the third or in the last line. Okay. Okay, I'm going to delete this one here. Now you can see we have 2 lines, and now here we have a button that says it's going to upload in all the lines. It says it's going to change the value of the Skype column of this one here in all the lines of the group of fields. So I'll click on it, and we can see it's changed the value in both lines. Let's try that again. I'm going to change these lines. I'm just going to add empty lines. For example, 3 or 4. I'll save and exit. Now here I'll click on Uploads in all lines. And now we can see the upload has been performed in all of the lines. The next button I want to click on is this one here. It says it's an upload, it's conditioned, and it's going to upload in all the lines. But in this case, in order to trigger this upload, I need several values in this group of fields. So I'm going to add a few lines. Okay, so I've added several lines. And now when I click on this button, it should upload values, but based on a certain condition that I'll show you guys in a moment. So I click on the button, and we can see it's not inputting absolutely any values here. Why? Because these uploads have been conditioned per line of the group of fields. So when we enter the configuration, we can see there's one upload here, and it's going to upload in this column that's called Skype, this value. But it's only going to upload it under a certain condition. Well, this one doesn't have any condition. Effect is Skype. Okay. Okay, so this one is going to upload in this column here with no condition. Let me check it one more time just to make sure. Okay, yes, it did have a condition, but it's a condition per line of group of fields. I entered here initially and I thought there was no condition, but the condition is down here. So the condition is that the person affected is AP4. So when the person affected is AP4, it's going to upload a value here in the Skype column. And then down here, it's going to upload this value here. This upload is for AP2, only under this condition. Oops, it's not a general condition. It's a condition per line. when affected is equal to AP2. Okay, let's see how this works. I'm going to update the form. So the first thing I want to do is add several lines. One moment, I need these lines to be editable. Okay, I entered the configuration and I marked this column as editable so that this column would be editable. And now I'm going to add several lines. So I enter here, I add a line. In this place, I'm going to put AP4. I'm going to actually add several lines with AP4 and several with AP2. I'm going to leave one empty. And now let's see what happens. So here we're going to create an upload based on conditions. So it should update this column Skype with a certain value if it's AP4 and with a different value if it's AP2. And if it's empty, it shouldn't upload anything because it doesn't meet the conditions. So let's click on the button. And here we can see it's done all the uploads. So it uploads AP4 if I've selected AP4, AP2 if I selected AP2, and it leaves it empty when there's no employee here in this column. Okay, so we can see that this upload has worked. So here we're creating a new line with data. Here we're uploading only the last line. Here we're uploading a value in all the lines with no conditions. And here we're uploading values in all the lines, but with conditions per line in the group of fields. So let's see all of those configurations. First of all, here we can see we created a system task. We added a direct upload, and we're uploading in a field. It's called, well, it's a column of a group of fields. It's called Skype. It's actually a suffix because this would be the suffix, this would be the name of the prefix, and this would be the name of the group of fields. So it's a suffix value or a suffix column within a group of fields. And here we're saying that the upload, this one here, has to be performed or it has to create a new line. So when I click on it, add new line, we can see a new line is created, not line number 7. If I click on it again, line number 8 has been created, and so on. Okay? Here there's no conditions. Now, let's go to the next one. This one says upload to last line. So here, we've selected the same column of the group of fields, but we've said we only want to update the last line. We don't want to create new lines. Okay? Here we have the text. So every time we click on this button, see the last line says, this is a new line. But when I click on this button, now the value has changed. This is a last line upload. Okay, so we have seen how these two are configured. This one doesn't have any conditions either. Now we have this one, uploads in all the lines. So this one here is always going to upload in the suffix column. The value, this is an all lines upload, okay, with no conditions. So if I enter here and I click on this button, it's going to upload the same value in all of these lines. There we go. So we can see it's changed the value in all the lines with no conditions. Now the fourth button has conditions. So when we click on the configuration, we can see one upload is uploading this value. This upload is for AP4. Based on this condition, in the column affected, the value has to be AP4. And now the second upload also has a condition. The same destination, all the lines, different text, and the condition is that it must be AP2. Perfect. Well, then when we click on the button, in certain values, it uploads this information. In other lines, it uploads this other information. And in the lines where it has absolutely no information here, it doesn't do anything. So here we can see it still has the previous value. It didn't change it. Okay, so we know how all these 4 buttons work now.